Welcome to Philosophy with Isaac Robert Tiberius Price III.
I'm Meg!
So moral relativism is the idea that all morals are relative. No morals are correct, and no morals are worth more than anyone other's morals, because they all rely on a degree of faith. Okay? Morals are products of their time and place. Judgments we make about other cultures don't hold their usual force of other judgments we might make about things. Now, moral relativism doesn't deny that other cultures are perfectly good candidates for moral assessment. But if relativism is to have any substance or critical bite, it must be in a position to democrate the cultures to which the moral claims are to be relativised. Who are they and who are we? How do we distinguish one culture from another? Do we use geography, political history, language, religion? These are all issues you should consider.
How does relativism link to moral diversity? In order to accept moral diversity, you have to believe in relativism. Relativism explains the formation of different moral codes more effectively than other non-relative theories. Relativism accounts for radical moral diversity. The actual variations in moral codes are more readily explained by hypotheses that they reflect ways of life than by the hypotheses that they express perceptions. Most of them are seriously inadequate and badly distorted of objective values.
What is normativity? Normativity is when you base your morals off of a normal or correct way of doing something. The moral ought, what ought others do. If our morals are circumstantial to our upbringing, it wouldn't follow that our morals are just. This doesn't justify them. That's just what we do around here. This is an excuse used by people incapable of accepting new morals. Objections to certain acts based on fact don't lose their validity just because the objection comes from outside the culture.
What are the virtues of relativism? Relativism means you can immerse yourself in a new culture with ease, consistent with the diversity of human moral experience. Relativism allows us to not blame the inhabitants of cultures very different from our own. It is not chauvinistic to assume we know better than anyone else. Relativism is a human doctrine that allows us not to discriminate.
So what is moral chauvinism and moral complacency? Chauvinism is being overly patriotic and believing in superiority. Complacency is the exact opposite, not doing anything or not caring at all. Moral judgment shows belief, not attitudes or desires. Morals should be flexible. We shouldn't become bullheaded or complacent in our actions and morals. No extreme opinions are weakly held. Just because I say another culture's acts are wrong doesn't mean I think my culture is superior. I can say that female genital mutilation is wrong, but I can also say that things in my culture are wrong. I'm not saying that we're better because we don't do them. Parochialism is the state of mind whereby one focuses on a small section of an issue rather than considering the wider context, or where someone has a very narrow way of viewing issues. And mixed in with historical and moral parochialism, historically, people were very narrow-minded. In other words, we have to build up our moralities throughout history. It wouldn't be correct if we just jumped from hanging and drawing and quartering people to not doing that today.
Dependency thesis. Dependency thesis is the idea that all morals come from the culture that you are raised in. This raises the issue of whether or not there is a universal right and wrong. It is right to eat animals or wrong to eat animals would be a good example of this. Therefore, there is no moral truth in the world.
Well, who is to blame for an immoral truth? No one, really. It's impossible to blame someone for believing morals they were raised with. However, one can be blamed for following them against the will of another involved party.
No one is to blame, as we are products of our own upbringing.
We can't blame people for their acts due to the moral background at the time.
Future generations will look back on us the way we see earlier cultures.
When passing blame, one must consider the cost and the opportunity for moral reflection.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. Please make sure to subscribe to us and give it a like, please. Thanks.
Yeah. Boom.